All right, so to design this tuning object here I use for this design, all we just need is ellipse, stroke, and gradient. That's all. So just draw my frame. All right, I use Alt and Shift to get a perfect frame, perfect circle, perfect square. Then I have to draw my ellipse using the same, holding the same Alt and Shift to get a perfect circle. So I'll just duplicate the circle, right, and change the color of the background one. So if you notice, we have two ellipses here, so I just have to reduce one, the size of one, by holding Shift and Alt to scale. So whatever I'm doing, I'm scaling, right? I'm just scaling and also holding Alt and Shift to get perfect circle. So here we just have to add gradient, the angular gradient, and just manipulate our way till we get this effect, all right, this shiny effect, radiant, yeah, this, well, I don't know what it's called, but this effect, right? So you just have to manipulate your own to get the results you need. So for this video I just had to make it faster a little bit, and I didn't do much, so I just, yeah, till we get something similar, a bit similar to what we had. It's similar, so you just have to manipulate your own, put in different values, basically just white and gray color to get that effect. Okay. Yeah, so it's a bit closer, although you can make yours better, but for the video we just have to leave it like this. So next is just had to reduce the dark ellipse, reduce it as close as possible. All right, so it will be like it's attached to the first ellipse. Then duplicate, all right, duplicate the black ellipse and scale, increase the one you duplicated. All right, because we're trying to create something. Then here we just have to take the ellipse back to the background a bit. All right, so reduce, we scale the black ellipse, just scale it so it will get attached to the first ellipse at the front. Just scale it down, holding Alt and Shift and using your scale, right? So basically, yeah, I just want it to be as tiny as possible, like this. Yeah, so yeah, and we just had to add a stroke to the first ellipse and use linear gradient for the stroke, just white and gray, right, just to give this effect of light shining at one side and not on the other side, right, just to give the effect. So basically add a stroke, and you can increase the stroke to 2 or 3. All right, so I just have to manipulate whichever one works for you better. So works for you better. Then for the outer ellipse I added a stroke too, added stroke. Yeah, just increase it to something close to white. Then for the frame I needed to see the effect well, so I had to change it to dark color, so I can really see how it's working. Now for I wanted to create shadow effects, yeah, so I duplicated one of the ellipse and removed the fill color, right, and basically just changed it to gray, right, darker gray, right, then pushed it out, right, to give that shadow color. Now this is the reason I didn't use the Figma shadow effect, is because I won't be able to get this angle, all right, this angle of shadow. So I had to create my own shadow. So I had to duplicate one ellipse, took it back, and just pushed a little bit out to the angle I want. Then I added layer blur effect, yeah, and reduced the opacity to 80%, and that gave me the kind of shadow I wanted. Although it could be better anyway, but because of this video, I just had to just rush it to give you an idea of how it's done, how I did it. Yeah, so yeah, that's how I created my shadow there. So I didn't work with the normal shadow on Figma. So basically this is it. The other part is just me duplicating the last ellipse and just increase it, scale it, and just turn it to dark, right, and remove the stroke color. Alright, so I took it to the back, send to the back, and reduce, make it dark, and remove the stroke color. Yeah, so it's not showing where here, so I have to reduce the fill color of the frame, right, so I could actually see the dark effect there. So I just had to cut out the circle to give this effect, and that's basically it. That's it. So the next thing is just to increase it to whatever size you want. Just scale it, holding your shift and alt, and that's it. That's all I did to create this.